Detroit Lions fans, what's up? Stephen Will back. Detroit Den 313. Still riding that high from that win yesterday. Easy win, Steve. What do you think? Easy win?
I would not say easy win, but a win is a win.
No doubt.
I'm going to die at a young age because of this football team. I'll just state that. Like, this team puts me borderline into cardiac arrest. You know what's funny is, a little segue before we start talking real football.
For sure.
My wife has noticed, like, she goes, when you're at games, you're not nervous. Like, it seems like you're as cool as a cucumber. I was like, it's because they know I'm there. Like, my presence is being felt. Like, they feed off of my energy, which is positive energy. When I'm at home watching away games, nervous wreck.
I don't know why. I text you the same thing every single time. Easy win. Easy win. No worries.
Yeah,
no
easy overtime win, 70-yard drive, 60 yards on the ground. I don't know if that's easy, but it worked.
Buddy, throw it one time, just march it down the field. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I know kids watch our show, so I'm gonna try to keep this as PG as possible. But we were stuffing it down something that last drive. it was pretty aggressive.
An orifice,
yeah,
was filled.
Yeah. So on live television, primetime television at that.
Everyone watching, America watching.
So Steve, today, what are we talking about today?
Well, I think it's hard to be the smartest guy in the room all the time. It's tough. It's a cross that I have to bear sometimes. I told you guys what would happen. We told you guys, not just what would happen if Jameson Williams got an appropriate amount of touches is exactly the game he had yesterday. It's not a surprise. It was just a matter of time. Like, when are we going to start getting him the ball? When we start seeing explosive plays? Looking at his stats, Jameson Williams had an absolute coming out party yesterday. Mm-hmm. 1 rush for 13 yards, 5 catches, 121 yards. But the most impressive thing to me, 5 catches. So he touched the ball 6 times. He was targeted 9 targets. He was someone who was featured in the offense. And again, I said this the other day. If the other team are trying to take away Sam Laporta and Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams has to be that guy. You cannot take away all 3. He has to step up. He has to be that guy. He did it yesterday, William. Is this something you see in the future? How do you feel about little Waymo?
Yeah, you actually just saved the people, because I was literally just about to say, before I could answer that question, I need to scream Waymo, and I was going to scream Waymo, but I will save the people's ears now that you have already led right into this Waymo action. Listen, I spent the day or the evening yesterday, once I got home, calling Waymo on Instagram until he would pick up. Finally, around 3 a.m., he picked up, and I said, I apologize for bothering you. I just wanted you to get fitted for this gold jacket. That's all I wanted to do. That's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to get you sized up for the jacket that Calvin has. I mean, I already want to get them in the office, put them in the back here, just exact replicas of Calvin's and Barry's and Waymo's. Waymo's is coming. Be right next to BB's. No, this is not. I do not believe, Steve. I do not believe in one little piece of my body that this is a fluke. This is going to be who J-Mo is. Dan Campbell said it after the game. He said, there's still some things that he can clean up. You haven't even seen his best football yet. Steve, that's not his best football. I'm terrified. I'm terrified for the NFL. Steve, do you think it was a fluke? I know you don't think it was a fluke, so I'm not even going to disrespect you.
I am ashamed that you would even ask me that.
I'm not going to disrespect you with that question, but I will ask you this. Do you think that we're going to see consistent production from J-Mo?
If he touches the ball like he did yesterday, yes, but it's kind of a give and take, because like I said, Jameson Williams proved he had to be a guy, someone that the defense has to account for. They bracketed up Sam Laporta and Amon-Ra St. Brown. If you keep doing that, Jameson Williams will keep having games like he did yesterday. But I feel like teams are going to realize that all right, maybe we have to play a shell game. Maybe we have to kind of try to disguise it a little better. Maybe we bracket JMO. Who's that opening up for? Now it's St. Brown. I think you could just see this kind of going back and forth. So games like yesterday, I don't think will happen often, but if teams don't adjust, defenses don't adjust, they will keep happening because I think he's starting to prove that you can go back to the NFC Championship game, the Dallas game, like late in the season last year, he was starting to prove it more and more. And that's why he was so explosive. And teams are still kind of figuring, hey, I'm just going to lock up St. Brown and Laporta, and I'm going to make Jameson Williams beat me. If that's how you want to die, that's how you want to die, is how I look at it. If you want to switch that up and try to double team him, put a safety over the top, now you're just opening it up for the other guy. So it's really just to pick your poison for defense because you can't bracket 3 players, possibly 4. We didn't even get to see Tim Patrick, who I think is going to be on the team, who's going to be another guy who stretches the field and a big body wide receiver you have to cover. So I think this is just the tip of the iceberg. So like I said, pick your poison. Which way do you want to die by?
Steve, I think that we are going to begin to see a bad game from JMO as probably 4 to 5 touches and 60 yards. Right? I think that's going to be a bad game from JMO. Right? That's where we're trending. And I still stand on the island of JMO is going to finish the season as long as he's healthy. Right? He's going to finish the season with more yards than Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm not saying he's a better player than Amon-Ra. I'm just saying that he's more explosive. And due to that reason, he's going to finish this season with more yards and probably more touchdowns because he's going to be taking the roof off of this thing. But more importantly, when J-Mo started this thing off, he was a deep threat. He was a guy that you've seen as a decoy. You've seen Ben running him on go balls, running him on deep crossing patterns. Jared Goff really never even looking in this direction to our rage at the games. And, it was a frustrating thing. But now you're seeing him catch now screens. Now you're seeing him catch crossing patterns. And that's going to be a problem. If he can catch now screens, if he can catch crossing patterns, if he can catch slants in space, you don't stop him. You don't stop him because you're not going to press him and play up on him and not have someone over the top, right? And if you play off and play soft, he's going to get underneath. And the difference between him and Amon-Ra St. Brown is he can catch a slant and take it 99 yards for a touchdown. So that said, J-Mo is here to stay. I don't know how you stop J-Mo with our current roster because just like you said, stop J-Mo. There's so many options and weapons that you also have to deal with. He is in a perfect situation to have a phenomenal career because he cannot be keyed upon. I look at some of these other guys, even when you talk about out there in Miami, right? Because I feel like they're a team that I compare us to in a sense of speed. They got Tyreek Hill, they got Waddle, they got A-Chain, they got Mostert, right? So they got a lot of guys with team speed. We got Gibbs, right? We got J-Mo. Their speed is something that you have to account for. The difference is our GM is smarter. Our head coach is smarter. We also have guys like David Montgomery, guys like Laporta, guys like Amon-Ra St. Brown, who I feel like perfectly accent those speed pieces. And due to that, I don't know how you bottle any of these things in. You just really pick your poison.
That should be the name of the show. Pick your poison. How do you want to die? We have a lot of weapons on this team. My favorite play, and I think probably everyone will agree. Before I get into that, let me ask you a question. When we're on offense, name the players that you actually hold your breath for when they touch the football.
Gibbs, Williams.
End of list. And that's no disrespect to Laporta or St. Brown. Like St. Brown, we're not knocking him. And I think he's catching a lot of absolutely unnecessary heat for his stat line. He's a team player. He has not spoken out, or most receivers, you throw Randy Moss that stat line, he's throwing a fit. You throw Odell Beckham that stat line, he's kicking over a field goal net. Like, we have guys who are team players. He understood, all right, this is what they're doing to me. I'm going to go watch the young kid ball out and have a day. I'm going to sit back, help my team win. If my number gets called, if the defense looks like it's favorable for me, Ben Johnson will see that. I'm not knocking St. Brown. I want to see him be on this team for 10 years. He had a bad stat line, not a bad game. There's a huge difference. A bad game is you act out and you show your emotions and you kind of have that wide receiver diva. Now, St. Brown is not that. We've never had a receiver like that in Detroit, even Megatron. So I really like how this team is shaping up. We have so many different weapons. And like you said, when you look at people and they get the football and they touch it, Gibbs, when he hits a crease and you're like, is he taking it? Jameson Williams screen. Is he taking it? I don't have that same feeling with St. Brown, and that's absolutely no disrespect. He's the heart and soul of the offense. Him, Penny Sewell, argue, debate, doesn't matter. They're phenomenal players.
Yeah.
But when you talk about explosion, it's those two players. Not a lot of offenses have that type of luxury where they might have one. Like Justin Jefferson is an absolute monster. Who else on that Minnesota team scares you? Like, I'm just using that as a comparison. They don't have Dalvin Cook back in his prime. Like, they have one guy. We have two. Most teams have maybe one, if you're lucky, depending on where you are in the NFL. So, with that being said, Jameson Williams, Hall of Fame William. I gotta hit the brakes on that for now. Okay, just for now, just a little tap, a little tap of the brakes.
Like, yeah, I had to get them fitted last night. I didn't get an official fitting because I was like doing the measuring tape up to the camera. But J-Mo, I appreciate you for answering, man. We're gonna get you squared away, man. I'm gonna talk to the commission. We're gonna get this thing rolling, man.
But my favorite play, unbelievable. My favorite play, and I think everyone would agree, last night was the long 52-yard touchdown. But if you just look at how that happened, I can't remember the name of the corner for the Rams. He knew within 3 steps he was beat. Like, he started grabbing, tugging, trying to slow him down, ended up getting called for a pass interference. That corner knew within the ball being snapped and it getting in Jared Goff's hands.
Yeah,
I'm in trouble. Yeah. Like, he's just outpositioned the guy that fast.
Steve, I got to give a shout out to one of my coaches, man, Chance Persondek. And here's why, because it's talking about exactly what you're talking about. J-Mo scored that touchdown, and the place is going crazy. And I picked up my phone to text you. You know, I something crazy. I think I was just gonna text you Waymo or something like that. And when I looked down at my phone, it said these words. It said, "If he even, he leaving." Right, and that's exactly what it was. He took off. He was even. Jared Goff threw that ball up in the air. And when you look back over there, he was gone. And he wasn't
7 yards.
Yeah, he was not kind of open. He was wide open, right? If he even, he leaving. If you're a football guy or gal, you know. Yeah, that was awesome, man. But that was not my favorite play. That was not my favorite play. Enjoyed it. Was pumped about it. Want to see a much more of it. My favorite play was a nothing play. And it goes back to those Denver Broncos game where I said that I realized that J-Mo is special. When J-Mo gave that guy the dead leg on the sideline and then just kept getting up the sideline and froze the guy. The guy is like from me to this microphone away, but couldn't stop J-Mo. J-Mo caught that little screenplay, right? And he didn't end up going anywhere. But the first guy was there, juked him and cut back. The next guy was there, cut back, and then he got bottled in. Listen. The way that J-Mo can make guys miss in small little windows, that's what really excites me about him. The speed, there's a lot of people with speed in the NFL. There's a lot of guys that we mess around and we look and, hey, you're looking at the draft and this guy ran a 4.3 or this guy ran a 4.2 and blah, blah, blah. And they end up getting cut or being a lifetime special teamer. When you can catch the football, when you can make guys miss in small areas, and you can also take the roof off of that thing, that's when you do special things. That's when you get gold jacket. So I'm standing on this island. I don't really know if I'm standing on this thing alone or not, but I truly believe that when it comes to statistics, and we talk about it all the time, statistics don't necessarily matter, right? So the fact that I believe that J-Mo is going to finish with more yards than Amon-Ra St. Brown, I'm not saying that J-Mo is the heart and soul of our offense, so that's not what I'm saying. Now, am I saying he's the electricity or part of it with Gibbs? I am saying that, but I truly believe that J-Mo, his title of our offense is the electricity. He's that lightning. He is that instant playmaker ability that can go from a game being just to getting blown wide open. That atmosphere was really good. And then J-Mo scored that touchdown, and it got even better.
And now it's a party and a football game might be taking place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Again, I use this as like my measuring stick. A couple years ago when we played the New England Patriots, St. Brown missed the game.
Mm-hmm.
We looked absolutely lost. I'm actually glad that St. Brown had a bad stat line yesterday because it showed. And I'm not trying to say like, oh, we need to show them on or St. Brown that we don't need them. I'm not trying to say that at all. Don't twist my words, people. Fight me. It just goes to show that we can win in other ways instead of just forcing the ball to our number one receiver, which Amon St. Brown is. He's our number one. He can take essentially a day off and we can still get a win. That's how I look at it. And end of story.
Yeah. Guys, I will say this because this is going to be coming down the line. So I'm just going to put it in your minds right now because I'm going to pose this question here in a few weeks. I guarantee it. Is he wide receiver one?
Oh boy! All right. I'm wrapping it up. And
hey, he is right now. But I'm just saying this, and just to start thinking about it right now. If he keeps doing this, right? Because I already started thinking about this, and I don't want this question answered because there is no fair answer right now. But I'm projecting, right? Who can you live without, right? Can you find another strong heart and soul, tough, gritty, possession style receiver? Or can you find another guy that is Tyreek Hill type of caliber of an athlete, explosive plays down the field? How many of them are there in the league? It's just something that's already the wheels are turning in my head because guys are gonna have to start getting paid again, man. And when they do, we got dogs everywhere, man. I don't know how you pay all these guys. How you paying J-Mo and Aiden and BB, and then next thing you know, Terrian's gonna be coming around again, and
Lee McNeil's coming up.
Jack Campbell, Steve. We have dogs everywhere. Like, how do you pay all of these dogs when other teams are gonna be like, I'll give you a bag? Like, I don't know, man. It's just something that I'm already projecting down the road.
J-Mo's update next episode. Will is trading Amon St. Brown.
No, never. I love him. I love Amon-Ra. Let's not get that twisted. He's a dog, man. But it's just something I'm thinking about, man, because what J-Mo is special, man. He's special.
Guys, leave it in the comments. Jameson Williams, coming out party. What's the future look like? Is he the guy? Leave it in the comments. Hit that like button. Stick around. Subscribe. We'll be back later with another show.
Peace.